Welcome to another edition of Damn TV with Damn Sam.
Hello, Damp Sam here. What we've come to do today is a damp and timber survey on a property in Barnsley. And I'm just going to take you through what we do. So first things we do is this. As we're walking up to the property, we're checking things for leaking gutters, looking at chimney stack, see if there's any mortar missing, whether the chimneys are capped off, and we go through a check sheet. Now, I'll be ticking things off like, so this is a left-hand semi-detached property, part rendered, and as I get up to brickwork, which is up here, we can see evidence that something's leaking. It looks like it's dripping off this. It's all like detective work, so that'll be noted down. We're noting down with damp-proof courses, which is here, which is bitumen felt roll DPC, and that were incorporated when it was built, so it's a physical one. What we're looking for as well is, you can see, it's had cavity wall insulation. You can see these big holes that's been drilled into brickwork, so that's another sign that it's had cavity wall insulation. If you look down there, you've got some drill holes. At some point, as well as having a physical DPC, which is like nearly 2 foot off the ground, they've even put a chemical DPC in for some reason. So you'd be asking yourself, you know, why they're putting one of them and it's already got a physical DPC. There's been some kind of bridging, but it's probably this cavity wall insulation what's bridging, what's making it damp inside. Somebody's obviously come along and gone, oh yeah, you know, damp course putting in, that's going to be £15,000 or whatever they charge. One of the other things we can see here is, see this gap between wall, boundary wall and property. When it rains, rainwater is going to be bouncing off, it's going to get trapped between there, and you can get penetrating damp inside, right? So you've got some white salts on brickwork. That's telling us that something's leaking out here. Looking up top as well, looking at gutters, on joints at gutters, you can see. Joints at gutters have got algae on them, which tells us that they're leaking. We've got some subfloor air vents, seem to be doing the job, they're not blocked up. And what we can tell is as well that they've had some alterations done. This window weren't original, you can tell with brickwork over the top. If you just look up there as well, you've got like a ledge where brickwork sticks out. That's an overhang arris. When it rains, rainwater will drip off there and it'll drip against this brickwork. And because it's been cavity wall insulated, there's a chance that you're going to get penetrating damp inside as well. Pointing, bad pointing. That's probably to do with overhang and dripping water against it. Over the years, it's washed it out. They've had some repointing done in past. When you repoint over the top of a physical damp-proof course, that bridges it. You see, it allows moisture to migrate above using capillary action. And now what we've got around back. So, if you look at floor level, where patio doors are, it's quite low. They've raised ground levels. And down in there somewhere, there should be, because it's a timber floor inside, down there should be some air bricks. You see one just peeping up at the top there. So that's covered over. I suspect there'll be one down there and there'll be one down there that's covered over. So they're going to want one blocking. Overhangs, at some point they've had a lean-to or something up here that's been grinded out, but what they've done is they've left a big gap. So what's going to happen is rainwater's going to drip off them arises, and it's going to go through there, and because it's been cavity wall insulated, you're probably going to end up with some damp patches on inside. You've got windows that's been blocked up, some more alterations. Either side at step there, you've got a chemical damp course that's been drilled and injected, which is okay, but we don't know how old it is. That might have been done in the 80s. It might have been silicon, it might be breaking down. So all we're doing is we're looking for evidence, any damp inside. So when we go in, if there's any damp issues, we can say right, well, I'll have a look outside because I think that might be this, that might be because of this. Some floor air vents here which are alright. That one's a bit blocked up. Physical damp course here that's been pointed over. Cracks down here. So then we'll go inside. Here we go. The property's just been decorated to put on market to sell. We've done to a decent standard. It's not bad. Bit of painting and decorating. This is sheet that we follow. So basically you've got a instructed survey, address of property. Address of property is different to above, that's picking from an agent. Email address, whether at the time of survey, and it gives you different types of property, cottage, bungalow, mid-terrace, end-terrace. Construction, stone, brick, cavity, so we ring all these, just like a tick list that you go down. At the time of survey was maintenance good, inspection was external, internal both, we put down both. Inspection for, you've got a list, rising damp, penetrating damp, timber infestation, drywall wet rot, basement conversion, plastering, blah blah. So you've got like a list of them, you can circle them as you're going around. As well as taking photos, we take like plenty of photos as well as we're going out doing a survey. And then you've got such things as which rooms have damp and things like that. Right down to two really important factors on one of these surveys, which is there an extractor fan in the kitchen or the bathroom? Now that's going to be a big issue to put down. If they've not got one, it means that moisture is going to disperse into property at source, when they're cooking, cleaning, things like that, bathing, and that could add to problems in winter or when there's high humidity. So, you know, when we're doing a pre-purchase damp and timber report for somebody that's buying it, what we'd say is like that'd go down and say you could have problems in future if you ain't got these two fans put in. I mean, we recommend fans with humidistat, but there's PIV units and also a new alternating fan, which are brilliant. So I've drawn a plan here because with this property we've been asked to just look at a certain area, but I will comment if there is any damp in different areas. So I'll just quickly run around, look for visible signs of damp, just a little bit of testing, just see whether there's out on ground floor. But because we've been specifically asked to look at one part of this area, because they've had a general valuation survey and he's gone around with his beep meter. You don't know how to read these measurements, so what they're listening for is that. If you look on here, this is moisture one. I mean, on this one, this is expensive protometer. It's one of the old ones, like, but it tells you whether it's wet. But these different numbers on it, you see it, it's flying through when I touch it because my hands are damp. Patterns of them readings tell you what type of damp it is, whether it's penetrating damp, lateral damp, rising damp, and we can tell what they are for different readings that we get. There's an attachment for this as well with some prongs on it, so I can take readings on back, which will take a reading through brickwork and through plaster, so we can build up a picture. But also we've got the capacitor one with it, which has got the prongs on it. You stick that in the wall, and that'll give another reading. So we just build up a picture, and we can tell which type of damp it is. But your general surveyor will go around and you just listen for beep. So yeah, so they'll hear beep, and then they'll just say, "You've got some damp. Can you get a damp specialist in?" preferably a lot of them say the damp specialist that's PCA registered, which is us, and you know some estate agents, I'll not name any, will get the cheapest people in and just get a quote or get a couple of quotes, and then they'll do a deal with between vendors. Are you going to get the work done before we buy a house? Are you going to get it after? Estate agents want to get that deal through as quick as possible. They've got no interest in getting that damp sorted out. They just want that deal done. So they'll have a list of guys who they use, builders who can do them a quick quote. That's why things are changing at the minute, because the banks have cottoned on to this, and the banks, if they're borrowing money on a property, they want to know that that property is going to be worth what they say it's going to be worth in a few years, and in 2 or 3 years they're not going to get a nasty surprise, or if they have to repossess it, you know, 2 or 3 years the house ain't going to be done. So that's why they get those guys to come in and tell them what's what, and we're liable if we get it wrong and take us to court. So, you know, Fred Builder, you try to take him to court, you know, will not be probably not be in business. So, go around testing. If we're doing a damp and timber report, because these floors are timber, what I'm looking for is some deflection. So just because I'm a fatty, a bit overweight, I walk on floor and I can feel whether there's any spring in floor, any deflection. Also, we can look. I'll be looking around here because that's okay. Also, I'm looking for gaps under skirting to see whether floorboards have dropped. So it's just little things like that. We're doing a damp and timber report as well. We pull carpet back, we have a look at floorboards, see whether there's any evidence of infestation, beetles, things like that, holes. Because we're qualified to do it, we can tell you which type of beetle it is. We've got specimen bottles. If we find any beetles, we stick them in these things, and then we take them and have a look in a microscope, and then we'll identify them and tell you what it is. But we can identify them from the holes. Some are quite similar, that's why we take these, and we can identify them from what types of timber they're in as well, and patterns and different types of frass, and it's quite in depth. But you have to study and get your qualifications. But once you've got them, you know, you can be one of these, a surveyor. So that's that. What we'd normally do is be popping upstairs as well. Again, looking for deflection in floorboards. We'd be turning, if it's got floor coverings down, we'd be turning them up at each corner. If we can't pull full carpet up, and if we can't do that, survey is going to be limited, but we can look at sporadic areas. Ideally, all carpets should be out. When we're looking at walls, we're looking for damp patches, penetrating damp, looking for black mould, bright windows. We've got another bathroom up here, and we've got a nice expel air, brilliant that. And they've even got a brilliant heat recovery system up there. That's even better. But where's it rented to? We've got this big bedroom here, nice size. No deflection, no black mould, all painted nice. Looking for stains on roof, stains on walls. Little bedroom. To me, there's something leaking up there. When I go outside, I'll I'll just get my binoculars out and I'll have a look up there and see if there's any tiles missing, things like that. Got an air vent there. So it's well ventilated, this property. Now, if it were a paid survey, which is not, what I'd be doing, see up there, I've got a little telescopic ladder, so I'd be up there having a look in there, pulling insulation back, and we'll be looking at all joists, supporting joists, and just finding out whether there's any beetle infestation, whether there's any rot, decay, just stuff like that. But as far as this property is concerned, it's dry. All walls are dry, apart from this wall here. And what you've got is down here, if you can see it, yeah. This patch here, this wall's wet all round there. That's the noise that you get. There you go, straight up to 1,000. Means it's wet through that. And it's a strange one, because it's wet through here. You've got white salts. Now that would worry me, because it seems to be just on that nib. And something makes me think there's a pipe behind it. I don't know why. I think it's because it's just isolated in that part. There's something behind there that's making that wet, so it's going to have to be a bit of further investigation. But also, it's wet down here in this corner as well. So that's going to have to come off. Everywhere else is fine, but that's a weird one. So there's obviously something going off, and normally you can tell what it is, but I think there could be a pipe down there that might be leaking. But it needs taking off and some investigation doing. Because one of the things as well is chimney breast. You get salt damp on that, so we don't just test bottoms at wall. We test all of it chimney breast. There's another chimney breast upstairs, downstairs. We test all them as well. Basically, because fossil fuels in olden days used to burn wood, timber. You get a thing called salt damp, which is sulfates, a product of sulfates, salt inside chimney breast, and if it gets wet inside there, it can migrate to the surface. And they're what's called hygroscopic, which means they absorb moisture from the air, and also there's something called deliquescent, which was a new word that I found out when I started doing the surveying. And deliquescent means they can actually evaporate into the atmosphere, and the air can circulate around, and they can go onto other walls if it's that wet. Now, if you've got old houses, look for like round sweat patches where water's beading up on these patches. That's salt damp, and what it's doing is absorbing moisture from air, and it's getting wetter and wetter, and that means your property's humid, and then eventually it'll evaporate and start going round. But then it's sorting as well, because if Mr. and Mrs. whoever buy the property start boiling a kettle and things like that, and there's high humidity in property, and these sweat patches start coming up on chimney breasts, and I've missed it, and I'll be getting a phone call saying, how come you've missed this? So that's why we always check chimney breasts as well, upstairs and downstairs. Right, that's me signing off. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of a trip, and if you're a surveyor, if you're a trainee surveyor, if you're anybody that works in damp, I hope that you've got a bit of value out of this. And other people might be bored of it. Sorry if you're a bit bored. It is an industry. It is an industry thing. It's nice for people who are buying properties to see what we do. So it is a bit more in-depth. I've just gone around quite general, picking things out what spring to mind. We do spend quite a lot of time here. Average price for ours is around £200 for our surveys. Other companies, different parts of the country, charge a bit more. Companies that are not PSA registered charge a lot less. Are they doing it right? No. So you want somebody who's been trained, somebody who's been to PSA, got the qualifications, knows how to do a proper survey. Rig surveyors, they'll be decent, they'll be okay. Are the specialists in one field now? They know a lot about everything else. I've seen quite a few rig surveys that we get sent to us. One thing that stands out is they don't draw a plan. Why don't you draw a plan? You know what I mean? It's just a written survey, a lot of them. If there's rig surveyors out there that are drawing plans, I apologise, you know what I mean, you're doing it right, brilliant, because layperson, she gets a plan, they can understand that more than they can understand all writing. That's the main part of a decent survey. So do a plan, put your information on it. You know, if I give you, for instance, if you're going to build a house, do they send you pages and pages of writing for tradesmen to follow? No, they send a plan and everything's wrote on that plan, measurements and everything. If it were all in writing, it'd be a lot harder to follow, wouldn't it? So please start writing a plan, drawing a plan out, putting it in with your survey notes and give it to your customer, just so they can understand it a bit better. So yeah, I'm going to sign off. Subscribe to us. I'm going to keep banging videos out, and hopefully there'll be of value to people who's buying houses and things like that, people who's into property. I've looked at his website, award-winning website, absolutely fantastic. Lots of blog on there, lots of other videos, bits of interest, bits of value. Have a look at one of the other films. It'll be up here somewhere. I'll put it on a related film. Go onto his YouTube channel and have a look at some other videos. You might get some value of them. Hopefully it might not be as long. I mean, you can always fast forward them anyway. So it's me, Damp Sam, in my surveying capacity today, signing off. See ya.
Thanks for watching another edition of Damp TV with Damp Sam. Please subscribe.